Hello everyone. Now I've shown you a fair few Hoover Pure Power upright vacuum cleaners over the years, and this is the latest, and I would probably say the very last Hoover Pure Power I'm going to show you. Well, the last, brand new in the box, fresh from the Chinese factory. This is the Hoover Enigma Evo, the lowest wattage Hoover Pure Power style upright at only 350 watts, and I think this will be the last bagged Hoover upright available in the UK. I may be wrong, but I think this could be it. Certainly the last pure powered shape. Pure Power has been around since around 1997, I think, so it's an old design, and I haven't got high hopes for this, but at £50 I thought I would buy one to show you. So without any further ado, let's get this Hoover Enigma Evo out of its box. If you want to buy a brand new bagged upright in the UK, there's very little choice. At the top end of the market we have the German brand Vorwerk, mid-range we have Sibo, and way down at the bottom of the range is this Hoover Enigma. So an Enigma, £50, you can get a decent Sibo for around 220, 250, or a basic Vorwerk upright for around 800. Bit of a price difference. So let's have a look. Right, well, inside the environmentally unfriendly polystyrene we've got, this is an old design. The design hasn't changed. These used to be made in Cambuslang, Scotland, the first Pure Power cleaners. And we've got two attachments: a stair grooming tool or upholstery tool and a dusting brush with quite stiff brushes. We have an extension wand with the scabbard crevice tool nesting inside. The handle, yeah, very nasty, cheap feeling plastic. We have the stretch hose, which is see-through, and it should reach up a standard flight of stairs. Yes, lots of Chinese dust on here. Let's hope there's nothing infectious in the box. Now, here is the handle and lower cord storage, plus we've got storage here for the extension wands. So I'll obviously have to assemble that. And finally, I think we can get the cleaner out. Instruction manual. Oh. Out it comes. Whew. Let's get this polystyrene off. Yeah. Well, I haven't high hopes for this, but you never know. For £50, I mean, it's good value. But, oh God, it already looks scuffed. And I've not even used it yet. So, here it is. Oh, well, oh, it's very light. Probably the lightest Pure Power, but that'll be because it's got such a wimpy little 350 watt motor. I've done Pure Powers, I think it was either 2100 watts I've done on my channel, silver and red machine, which I've still got. One day I might be able to get all the Pure Powers out I've got and show you them, but there are bagged and bagless versions of this. This is, ooh, I was going to say a naughty word. It's pure, something beginning with C and ending in P, and I've not even assembled or switched it on, but I can see it's not going to be very good. Although, you know, saying that, it's not quite as plasticky as I was expecting. It is a sort of a soft plastic. It's not that brittle, hard plastic you associate with cheap Chinese made vacuums. It has a little bit, I'd say it's got a bit of flex to it. Anyway, I'm going to assemble the machine, so I've just got to pop the handle on with the lower cord hook combined, and of course I've got to put this handle on, and we'll have a look. But I mean, you can't complain for £50. You can buy this from Amazon. It's via Amazon, but it's shipped to you from Hoover Direct, and this came, I think I got this one from eBay, same price from Hoover Direct. It came the next day, so £50 with free next day delivery, you know, might be okay. Now, I wasn't going to show you how to assemble this cleaner, but from the amount of comments I get on other videos showing how to work a particular vacuum cleaner or carpet washer, a lot of people prefer to watch a video than look through an instruction book. It is quite simple, but then again, I have been assembling vacuum cleaners for many years, probably more than most people would assemble in several lifetimes. So I find it easy, but some people watching may want a little bit of visual help, so I thought I will film it. So here's the handle, and you need to slide it onto the body of the machine with the famous Hoover roundel to the front. There is a screw here, and there's also a screw under here, so you need to remove the sticker. And I think if Hoover haven't changed it, it'll be a different type of screw. It's a flathead screw. They don't want you to get that sticker off. Crikey. You know, this is one of my pet hates. When you remove a sticker off something and it doesn't, look at that. That is, let's hope the rest of the cleaner's built as well as this sticker. Right, I'm just going to have to get that sticker off. Okay folks, I've managed to remove the sticker covering the flathead screw. So we've got two screws the same. Hoover always used to do one flathead and one Phillips type screw for some reason, but they're both flatheads now. And I had to use some of this sticky stuff remover to get that label off. But now it's off, we can slide the handle onto the machine carefully, making sure we don't break any of the fragile plastic. It's not going to let me slide it on anymore, so I think I'm going to have to, hang on a minute, there we go, the screw. I'll just take that screw out actually. Take out the bottom screw first, I think. There we go, and then we can slide it on. Carefully do up the top screw. Don't over tighten, because you might hear a cracking noise. That should do it. And then finally, we've got the lower screw. Is it going to go in straight, I wonder? So that's the handle. Ooh, it's not going on a bit of an angle there. That doesn't bode well. I don't think it'll be okay. Yeah, it's lined up eventually. Again, that's it. Don't over tighten. And next, I need to attach the handle and lower cord hook. It's got the screws in, and they are Phillips, so you will need two types of screwdriver. So you need to remove the screws first, if I can do it. There we are. That's one. Put those to one side, don't lose them. Then we need to locate the handle this way up, and you'll see just down here two screw holes. So just line the handle up like that, just above the hose inlet there at the bottom. But you need to turn the machine round while holding onto the handle. We need to open the bag door, remove the dust bag, which I'm surprised to see is a fabric dust bag and not a paper one, so that's quite good. Just move that out the way. Ooh, We'll have a look at that bag. That looks quite interesting. So, while still holding the handle, we need to insert the screws into the top here. I don't know why I'm thinking that. That looks like Jar Jar Binks. Can you see the resemblance? So now we just do these up again. Don't over tighten them. Just do them up enough until it grips. That'll do. There we go. So that's the handle fitted. While I've got the bag door off, we'll have a quick look at the inside of the bag compartment. Not a lot to see. At the bottom here we have a filter, which I'll just use my screwdriver to help because it's a nice tight fit. So this is your pre-motor filter, and it's 2-layered. I'm not sure if that black layer is a carbon layer. It could well be. But to be honest, that looks like quite a decent filter. Even better than the one supplied with the original British-made Pure Powers. But being a bagged machine, assuming the bag works as it should by keeping most of the dust in, this filter should stay pretty clean. So that's there in front of the motor. There will be a post-motor filter, which I'll show you shortly. And this bag is an H74. But looking at it from the inside, it's black. I'm wondering if that's a carbon layer to reduce odours. It doesn't say it's an odour reducing bag. It just says ultra filtrating bag on it. Is filtrating a word? Surely that should say ultra filtration bag. I expect the bag was made in China as well as the vacuum, so maybe they've got their English wrong. I've never seen it. I've never seen it filtrate. I don't know if that's a word. Is that a word, folks? Anyway, to fit the ultra filtrating bag, this doesn't have a seal on it. They used to have a seal where when you removed it from the machine, a little cardboard cover would come up and block the bag to keep the dust in, but these don't. It's got this little debris at the bottom that sticks out, which goes into the hole here. So we just have to locate it at the bottom first, into that slot, and just push it forward, and then that's in. Before you put the bag door on, just make sure. I might put it round this way actually, I don't know. No, I'll leave it as it is. Just leave it like that. It'll expand when the machine's on, obviously, but you don't want that getting in the way of the bag door, so make sure it's all tucked in. And then we can take the bag door. Oh dear, Hoover, Hoover, how the mighty have fallen. There we go, and then that locates at the bottom. There's a little debris thingamajig that sticks out, and there's a hole. Pop it in the hole. If you can locate it properly. Is it in the hole? I think it is. And then just push it forward. And then that's the bag door in place. We've still got a little bit to do. We've got to fit the hose. So let's grab the hose. Do you know what, folks? I don't think this is as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's plastic, it's lightweight, but it isn't quite as appalling. But I haven't used it yet, obviously. So in goes the hose, push and twist motion. This little, again, I don't know what it's called, debris, that is used for preventing the machine from tipping over. When you're using the hose, you'd attach this. There is a name for it, folks. I can't remember what it is. But it attaches, this bit attaches to what Hoover call the anti-tip hook at the bottom. So you just, oh, that's stiff. Put that in there. And then when you're cleaning, if you're pulling the machine, it's not going to fall over. But when you clean stairs, because you want a bit of extra reach, you wouldn't have the anti-tip hook on. You just secure the machine at the bottom of the stairs and the hose would stretch. But this little hose retainer, it's called, I've just checked the instruction book, not only does that secure the hose on the anti-tip hook, it also secures the hose when the machine is being used in the upright mode. So there's a little hook there, you just push it in, and then guide the hose over the top here. Then there's another clip on the side just to secure the hose, and then this end of the hose goes into the hole that has absolutely no rubber seal or anything now. I've got Pure Power versions that would have a little rubber seal in there too, you know. And you'd think with such a low wattage motor, Hoover would try to keep all the suction sealed in, but there is no seal inside that. You've got, that looks a bit yucky, doesn't it? This is how it's supposed to fit, folks. What I'll have to do is try and make it look a bit better. See if I can, yeah, that is a bit awkward. But it is designed, it is supposed to fit neatly. It's not supposed to go up further. It is supposed to fit like that, but it is, yeah, it's a bit of a messy affair. Now, looking at this rather messy hose arrangement has reminded me that the previous Hoover Enigma upright I've shown you also came with a much shorter hose that you'd connect directly to the hose inlet and then put it into the base of the machine. You'd only use this longer hose when stair cleaning or using it for upholstery, so you'd have to attach this, and in fact in the instruction book it shows this as a separate hose, and it also shows a short hose as well. Well, there's nothing in the box, so they've obviously done away with that, which I suppose is a bit of a shame, because now you're left with this rather messy affair. But anyway, that's what we've got. We now need to store the extension wand, so it could go in that side, or we can turn the machine around and we can put it in that side. Or if you want to, you can take out the scabbard crevice tool and do that, I suppose. So we've got them separate. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. And then finally, we need to fit the upholstery nozzle and dusting brush into the back of the cleaner, like that. Dusting brush goes on top. It should click into position. So they're quite secure. That is one good thing, I suppose. So this is the lower cord hook and handle, and just here we've got the, ooh, that feels cheap, we've got the rotating upper cord hook. So once the cord's wound up, you can release the whole thing. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. As I'm winding up the cable, I can read the energy label on the box. It gets an A+ for energy use, using on average 22 kilowatt hours per annum. Gets a B rating for dust emissions, an E rating for dust pickup from carpet, a C rating for dust pickup from a hard floor, and it's at 80 decibels, which is the maximum sound level allowable for a domestic vacuum cleaner. Sold in the EU. Even though the UK isn't in the EU anymore, we still have to abide by that ruling. So there's the cable, nothing to secure the plug to the end, so you just sort of have to tuck it in, yeah, like that. Okay, well, a couple of other things to show you on this machine. We looked at the pre-motor filter earlier, and behind this panel here is the post-motor filter, which surprisingly is a HEPA type. It's at least pleated, so it gets a B rating for dust emissions. What this will do mainly is catch the carbon dust that the electric motor produces, so that will turn black within a few weeks of use, or maybe sooner. But it's a, you know, for a budget cleaner, that's not bad. Some of the cheaper Hoover Pure Powers of old would just have had like a single fabric filter, not this pleated style. Yeah, that's reasonable. So that goes on there. We even still have, the mouldings are exactly the same as they were. We've even got space for the disgustingly smelling Oblong Hoover air freshener that is the most hideous smell. Fortunately, you can't buy those air fresheners anymore. they weren't very nice. So that can go back there. Right, that's okay. So here on the front of the cleaner, we've got the 4-position height control that moves very easily when the machine's in the upright position. Setting 1 here is for carpet tiles and low pile carpet. Setting 2 is for medium to low pile carpet and hard floors. Setting 3 for medium or plush carpeting, and setting 4 is for your long pile carpeting and when you're using the cleaning tools. On the side here we've got the infamous handle release pedal, which was often a weak point with the Pure Power machines, and I suspect, yeah, they haven't changed it. It's still got that awful snappy noise when you lower the handle. And finally here, just above the bag door, we've got the single speed on-off rocker switch. Here's the underside of the cleaner with a pretty decent brush roll. Well, the brushes are quite stiff, spiral brushes there. Looks like it would clean relatively close to the edge, but the actual suction inlet on this machine does seem less wide than previous models. We've also got these silly sort of rubber flap things that I assume will assist the machine picking up from hard floors. Either side we've got these little velour strips, which in my experience tend to come off within a few uses. It'll be too late, you'll see it on the carpet and you'll have already sucked it up before you realise what's happened. So yeah, be prepared for those to fall off. Now, according to the instruction book, to access the belt you only have to undo 2 screws, which seems a bit odd, but it's not the 2 screws you expect. To remove the hood on earlier versions, you had to undo 2 screws at the back, and I think they were situated on the top of the hood rather than the underside. But according to the instruction book, and I'm going to test this, Hoover state to remove the hood, you undo this screw here and this screw here. But what about that screw? So I'm going to do what the instructions say, and we'll try and take the hood off. But before removing the hood, we need to prise off the carpet height selector. Oh, this really is bad. Right, remove that, and I'll put it on setting 1 so I know where to locate it. This bag door, there's a huge gap here. Obviously there's no, the seal is underneath, but oh, it just seems so very cheap. Well, it is cheap. Okay, whoops, there goes the old scabbard tool. So for this I think we do need a Phillips. Do we need a Phillips screwdriver? Yes, we do. Just getting it, there we are. So this is what it says in the instructions. Remove the height right control knob and these 2 screws here. I'm not sure it's going to work somehow. I'm just wondering about this screw here, and I'm not sure if there's any others. Well, I think it should be that screw too. Well, we'll give it a go. No, you've got to undo this screw as well, folks. So ignore the instruction book. I'm assuming it's just 3 screws, but then again there are 3 more screws at the front here. Let's just remove the hose. Ooh. Let's try and lower the head. I don't know if it's going to come off. I think Hoover needs to, yeah, I'm sure I've got to undo 3 more screws. Hoover need to really change the instruction book, because pretty sure, folks, I would check. I don't want to make myself look a fool. I'm going to check. Because obviously this has a belt which will require replacement from time to time. It's just a single motored machine. Remove hood, prise off carpet care control selector, remove hood screws A and B, lift off hood. Right, there we go. Can you see? And it started to rain. But that clearly is not going to work, because A and B, you need to remove C as well. But I think, folks, because it's not moving, let me just put that screw to one side and the other screw. Hopefully all the screws are the same size. But I think in order to take the hood off, I'm going to have to remove 3 further screws at the front of the hood. So folks, this is the way to access the belt if your machine is styled like this and it's got 3 screws at the front of the nozzle. I think they're all the same size. Yes, they're all the same size screws. There's still, well, I've still got 2 screws actually in the cleaner head, but they should drop out in a minute. Have they fallen out? Not yet. Dear me. This could be one of my first videos that actually break the vacuum cleaner before I've even switched it on. It still doesn't want to budge, folks. Oh, this is ludicrous. Let's see if there's another hidden screw that... Oops, what's that? Oh dear. The screw's gone somewhere. It's gone AWOL. Now I've done that one. Absolutely ridiculous. Perhaps there's another one just hidden away here somewhere. Right folks, I've discovered a final screw here, very well hidden. Hoover obviously don't want you to change the belt on this machine. They want you to realise it's not working and then go out and buy another one, but I don't think you'd be buying another one of these if you can't change the belt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, seems to be 6 screws to undo rather than the 2 that Hoover say, but there is something rattling about in here that shouldn't be. Oh, it's not too bad. Right, that's what's rattling. That little metal piece, which I believe fits into the carpet height control. I'm not sure which way, I'll have to look at that. So that falls off and we can see the sheer quality of Hoover cleaners. Is there even a seal? Oh yeah, there's a seal just here. It's not sealed around the hood. Used to be sealed on the hood in the earlier versions. That is tat. So now we've finally got the hood off, we can see, oh look at that, no wonder it was leaning, this cleaner was leaning, and I can see now that the trunnion here, look, it's not even on. Ah, right, is it? Blimey. Right, well there's you can see the belt. This is just absolutely, you know, it's not very good, folks. Have I made that clear yet? Whoops, there goes my door. In fact, that's probably the handle broken. Let me just try and... Oh, that won't even go down. Honestly. A once proud company with a fantastic heritage has been reduced to producing this sort of tat. Oh, yeah, that's just going to break. I think it's in correctly. Let me just take the... Yes, it's in the belt isn't very... it's quite slack, as even brand new, but we don't know how long it's been. This could have been held up in a container on the Suez Canal when that was blocked, eh? Just try and pull that... Oh, blimey, O'Reilly. Anyway, folks, it's such a simple job if you need to change the belt of your Hoover Enigma. And then you've got this seal which comes off. So you've got to take the seal off before you can pull out the agitator to slip the belt on. I might have to do a separate video if I've got the patience, because somebody, I expect, if they're looking at their instruction book, they'll be wondering what they're doing wrong and probably break the machine in frustration. Anyway, I'm going to turn it on, folks, with the thing open, because the motor's all sealed up. It shouldn't be too noisy, this, being only 350 watts. Let's see the pure power of Hoover. Wow, well, what I will say, it is the quietest Hoover Pure Power / Enigma I've ever switched on. That is so lovely, lovely sounding. In fact, I think the actual agitator's making more noise than the motor. So that's a plus point. Lovely and quiet. It sounds almost like an Electrolux 502 or 504 from the 70s or 80s. Oh, I can't. Right, I'm going to reassemble this, folks. I've just got to work out where that little metal piece, well, I know where it goes, but just got to work out which way it goes. I'll pop this back together and then, well, I'll judge the suction power at the hose end with my little suction meter, and then we'll give this a push on my carpet. Okay folks, so now that I've got this technological marvel reassembled, I can now test the sheer suction power, the pure power of Hoover that this state-of-the-art bagged vacuum cleaner produces. Here's my suction gauge. I have absolutely no idea what a 350 watt motor is going to produce at the hose end. I'll use the old unscientific put the hand over the end test. Here we go. Ooh. Oh dear. Oh, it's like it's got asthma. It's like it's a heavy smoker. It's on 30 Benson and Hedges a day, and it hasn't got a lot of lung capacity, because that was woeful. Right, this will be interesting. It's not going to get to 40. I wouldn't say it's going to get to 40. The thing is, though, a disclaimer, when I block the end, it's possible that this gubbins here, can you just see that? That's the suction relief valve. I assume there is one in there, not that it needs it. That might kick in and reduce the suction even more when I block the end. So, just a heads up. Okay then, let's switch on. Okay folks, well, if I'm being generous, I'd say it peaked at 22. 22. Blimey, I've got handheld vacuums, I'm sure, that do better than that. In fact, I've got some Hoover cleaners I expect from the 60s that perform better than this. I wonder what that Hoover Junior, I can't remember, the Hoover Junior I did fairly recently. I wonder what that did at the end of the hose. That might have been less than 20. I can't remember now. You'll have to check that video. It's quite recent. Wow, that's poor. So, barely adequate for above floor cleaning. At least it's got a reasonable brush roll, which I'm going to try out now. Let me just, I've had to take the tubes off. They were just annoying me when I was having the hood off. Now, if you want to stay to the end of the video, I'm actually going to have a look at the motor in this, because I don't know if I'll ever do much more with this again. I think I'll keep it in the collection just as a, I know, just an example of what not to do, what could happen to a once great company. You know, these weren't bad machines when they were launched. You know, they were pretty powerful, better made than this, but they've really, you know, really gone downhill, folks. But it'd be interesting to see. I think it will cope quite well with my plush carpet due to the fact that there's not a lot of suction power, so it might give some nice carpet lines. Let's give it a go. Well, even on setting 1, it was working, you know. It works. It does work. Even on its lowest setting, to get the best performance, you have to have the brush at the lowest setting. Even on this carpet that normally requires me to have a much higher setting, if it's got a height control, or I have to reduce the suction power. Some cleaners with automatic brush roll cut-offs don't like this carpet. This cleaner, perfectly fine, but then again it's got about as much oomph as a cheap cordless vacuum. Okay folks, well, I've put down some rice, lentils and black sand. Let's rub the black sand in. It's a good job I've just bought that Bissell big green clean machine, because I'm sure that will get out the sand that this leaves behind. Right, okay, this is going to be interesting. Are we going to see a lot of the famous Hoover agitation, the beats as it sweeps, as it cleans action? Hey, are we going to see the particles bouncing up and down? I somewhat doubt it, folks, but you never know. Deary me. Right, there we go. I think I've rubbed that in well enough. Let's take the Hoover Enigma Evo. It is an Enigma. Probably the worst Hoover cleaner. Now, let's pass forward and back in a nice steady motion and see how much of this dirt this vacuum cleaner takes out of the carpet. Well folks, not quite as bad as I was expecting. We can see it's back. The line of shame, obviously that's where the belt guard is. So yeah, it's left most of the dirt there, but not sure if you can see, but there's an awful lot of that black sand. I can still see it, and also there's bits of rice, few lentils. Yeah, this is quite a plush pile, this. I'm going to have to get the big guns out to remove that, but we'll persevere. We'll use this machine for a bit longer. I might give it another forward and back pass over the middle, see if it can get any more up, and then pick the rest up. Well folks, I've given up. There's still more dirt to be picked up, I'm sure. Yeah, I can see the sand. That's gonna, in fact he's probably pushed a lot of the sand down to the base of the pile. I need something with a bit more agitation. Wow, that is, yeah, that's pretty poor. I mean, it looks on the surface fairly clean. It's got the big bits up, you can see, but yeah, there's a dark tinge to this part of the carpet due to that sand which hasn't been removed. Oh dearie me. Okay, with the Hoover Enigma Evo skulking in the corner, I thought I'd try out my Shark wand vac, see if it can remove any more of that black sand. I've only grabbed this because it's the easiest one to grab. I had it on charge in my hallway, so it's fully charged and ready to go. I've just emptied it. It was full of muck, actually. I'm not the only one that uses this machine in the house. So I'll just show you. It is empty. There we go. So, just out of interest, because it's the cleaner I've got, I'm sure there are other machines that would clean even more, but we'll see what this Shark can do. Okay, I've run it over a few times. Just close the door because I've just noticed, I'll grab that in a minute, there's a line of rice and lentils at the door swept out of the way. Okay, well, I'm not sure, I can't really see much in here. I think the problem could be that a lot of that sand was pushed further down into the carpet, so it'd be a bit difficult to open this without, right, well, not bad at all. As you can see, it has managed to find some of that sand. There's some rice in there as well, some lentils, and also some fluff. So really, if a Shark cordless can outperform this mains powered Hoover, there's not much hope for the Hoover, is there? This is the dirt I emptied out of the Shark wand vac before using it in this demonstration, and clearly it did need emptying. And there's a lot of pet hair and other fibrous material. So, well, we haven't tried the Enigma on pet hair and finer dust. So, oh, it smells. So we might as well rub this into the carpet and see if the Hoover Enigma can pick up what the Shark has managed to pick up. It is a good little machine, the wand vac. Just for quick cleanups, it's not a replacement for your main cleaner. It is just a grab and go quick pickup machine. I've used it in my caravan as well, which some of this gritty stuff is probably out of my caravan carpet. So we'll give the Hoover Enigma one last test, and then finally, if you want to stick to the end of the video, I will open it up and we'll have a look at this 350 watt motor. And one day, folks, I hope to do a pure power comparison video when I can get them all together. Be interesting to see. We'll do a head-to-head, shall we, with a 350 watt Enigma and a 2100 or 2300 watt pure power. Right, there we go. We'll leave some big bits. I'll do it on setting 3, I think. Give it a bit more of a chance so it won't snow plough the larger bits of fluff. Well, to be fair to the Hoover Enigma Evo, it seemed to have removed all that dirt and fairly quickly. So for surface threads and fibres, even pet hair, because the brush roll is fairly aggressive, it's not too bad. But obviously if you're going to use this machine for any heavy dirt like grit, you're going to have to keep going over and over the same patch. Even so now, I can still see, as I'm doing this, I can still see things jumping out of the carpet. Bits of rice, bits of that black grit as well. Yeah, I'm going to have to get something decent for the proper dirt removal. But anyway, it is what it is. Well folks, if you've managed to stay till this part of the video, I think you'll know whether you're going to buy one of these or not. It's covered in dust. That should be in the bag, honestly. A Hoover cleaner, it's collecting dust, I suppose, but it really should be collecting it inside, not on the casing. But anyway, look, what to say about this machine? To be fair, it's lovely and quiet. It's lightweight. It's got a good long hose. Useful accessories. It's pretty poor, performance-wise. But it's not tragic. So, I don't know. For £50 delivered, if you want an upright or cylinder for £50, I think this probably would cope better than a cheap cylinder, especially on pet hair. I don't know how long it lasts. It's got a standard 1-year guarantee, and I think you will have to change that belt before the guarantee is up, and that is a fiddly, awkward job, even for someone who's very used to taking vacuums apart. But all in all, I don't know, what should I give it out of 10? I don't normally do out of 10s. Oh, I'm going to give it 4. 4 out of 10 for the Hoover Enigma Evo. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you don't subscribe, please subscribe and click the bell icon, and you'll be notified when I upload another video. Well folks, for all you gluttons for punishment who have managed to keep awake to the end of the video, as an extra bonus, I'm going to slip off the motor cover and have a look at the amazing 350 watt motor inside this vacuum. I think I'm going to have to remove the hood first. I'm not really sure. Okay folks, well, after removing the 7 screws, oh that's good, I've managed to remove the hood without that thing coming out, and there's bits of dirt somehow managed to get into here. So that seal didn't work very well, did it? Okay, so let's just release the belt, and then we can pop this out. Actually, we'll just, I think we just move the old trunnion rings either side. Just pop them out, and we should be able to lift. There we go. That's easy enough, isn't it? Easy to take that off. And then we can, is it just 2? Oh no, there might be more, there's more than 2. I've got to take the back door. Oh, actually, while we've got the back door off, is that, well, pretty clean, not bad. I won't take the bag out. Oh, but yeah, that bag seems to work quite well. I haven't really picked up very fine dust though. Okay. Should only be 4 screws for this. There we go. I don't know folks. Obviously if you're watching this now, I would think you're an enthusiast. If you're an enthusiast and a collector and you live in the UK or Europe or wherever you can buy this, you can't get this in the USA I'm afraid, but I would say, you know, if you just want it because it's probably going to be the last pure power, possibly the last bagged Hoover upright, get it just for that. But there we go, eventually found the screw head. I mean, I wasn't expecting this to be fantastic, but I thought it would make an interesting video just to see. You must be finding it interesting now if you're still here, folks. Have you nothing better to do? No, you haven't. No, nor have I. And there's never anything decent on TV at the moment, so why not? I think that's enough. Right. Oh, is this just going to... Oh, yes. Is it going to just come off easily? Come on. Well, ooh, well, that's bigger than I thought. I thought it'd be like shark-sized motor, but you know, it's... Well, there we have it. There you see, folks. Does it say? It just says Yongji Motor Company Limited. Oh, it's hard to see. Shizu Yonggi Motor Company Limited. 200. Oh, it says 250 watts. 200. How's that happened then, Hoover? It says 250 watts. You expected nobody to open the clean up and have a look. 250 watts there, not 350 watts. No wonder it's so poor. There you go. Look at that. Ooh. Do you know what? We'll have the opportunity now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, folks. I'm going to switch it on. So there you go, the pure power of Hoover. Well, 250 watts of power as opposed to the advertised 350 watts. That's very naughty of Hoover. In fact, what I'm going to do is take a photo of this motor and that label and the rating label on the back of the machine that clearly states 350 watts, and I'll see what Hoover have to say about selling a machine not as advertised. I'm well within my rights to return this, but I'm keeping it just because it's going to be the last one, isn't it? I think the last in a long line of Hoover Pure Power cleaners. Well folks, that really is the end of today's overly long self-indulgent video on the Hoover Enigma Evo bagged upright vacuum cleaner. Look, what can I say about this machine? I've shown you the machine in use. I haven't done a hard floor test, but I can't see it being very good on hard floors either. It is what it is. It's a cheap Chinese made upright cleaner, but if you want a cheap bagged upright vacuum cleaner in the UK, there's not a lot to choose from if you're going for brand new. Plenty of second hand ones that you could get on eBay, I suppose. You'd be better off with a 70s Hoover Junior or an 80s Hoover Junior, to be quite honest, than this, but you know, not a lot of folk want to buy a second-hand vacuum and refurbish it. They just want a cleaner that's going to pick some dirt up and then chuck it away when the guarantee expires. There you go. It is what it is. I'm going to keep it because it's probably going to be the very last pure power styled vacuum, but then again, Hoover have been using this design for many years, so it might still manage to cling on to a bit more life, but I think it's near the end. Have I unplugged it before I go anywhere near? Oh, I did switch it off. I was going to touch the motor. I better not. There might be some residual electricity in there. So, from this sad, sorry state, from a sad, sorry excuse of a man, goodbye and thanks for watching. And I'll see you all for the next video, which won't be quite so long, hopefully, very soon. Bye for now.